Well, welcome to the Cooking Corner. We're happy to welcome back Tanner Thorp from Montereau doing a compressed watermelon caprese.
Well, thank you, Autumn. I'm so happy to be back again.
Yes, we're glad to have you.
Yeah, so March is National Nutrition Month, so we wanted to do something a little bit healthier. And while it's not quite watermelon season, we've got a fun trick to kind of sweeten the watermelon that you might find in the grocery store. So I got this watermelon from Reese's, and what we're going to do is we're going to compress it. So what compressing means is we're going to kind of take some of the oxygen out of it, and we're going to add some aromatics and some different flavors to kind of sweeten the watermelon as well. So here I've got some watermelon cubes, and I just cut them down into nice little cubes. You can cut these any way you want. If you want to cut them in fancy circles, diamonds, you use a melon baller, you can do whatever you want. We're going to put these in these little vacuum seal bags. So these bags are really great. They suck out the oxygen, and then in the food saver, what it'll do is it'll actually seal it. And what happens when you suck out that oxygen is everything that you put in there is going to kind of marinate and meld and blend together. So I like things a little bit sweet and also a little bit spicy. So what I'm doing with these ones is I've got some serrano peppers here. And I've just cut them into little coins, and I'm going to put them on top of each little piece of watermelon.
That's interesting. Is it spicy?
It's a little bit spicy. Okay. So serranos are a little bit spicier than jalapenos. Now with every pepper, it depends on, you know, kind of where it's grown, the seeds, the stems, the veins on the inside, all contribute to the spiciness of it. But serranos are kind of a mid-level heat. Normally at home when I make this for myself, I'll use a serrano or a habanero. I like things a little bit spicier. But if you don't, I mean, you can use a jalapeno. And it works out great. And if you really don't like spice at all, don't put them in there.
So you can customize it.
You can customize it exactly how you want. I've also got some mint leaves. I think mint pairs really, really well with watermelon. So I'm going to put some mint leaves in here, and that's going to help with the marination. Now, again, you can use different herbs and spices that you want. I've seen people use different Indian spices in their compressions. Basil, of course, is a central component of a caprese. So, but I like mint. I think it gives it another layer of complexity and freshness. So I'm going to put the simple syrup in here, and I'm going to just come on the other side of you, and I've got this little food saver vacuum sealer over here. And typically you want to compress things. You want to let them compress and marinate for, and you'll see it sucking that right out.
Wow.
Yeah, and you can get this at Costco. I bought this at Costco. You can find them online. But then you're going to let this sit for about anywhere from 4 hours. It's best to let it sit overnight. The longer you let it sit, the longer it's going to marinate.
And overnight, just the flavors will be better in the morning?
Yeah, it just melds really well. So a caprese salad is basically usually tomatoes, basil, mozzarella cheese, olive oil, balsamic. I like to use burrata because I think it's a better fresh mozzarella cheese. It's a little bit creamier, and I'll grab the sample plate that I made so we can see it. So it's a little bit creamier on the inside, and then you sprinkle it with a little sea salt, little pepper, olive oil, fresh olive oil, and some balsamic vinegar. I've got some balsamic syrup that I just did some little dots on there. So it gives it some sweet and salty and savory and creamy. And it's a really fun play on a traditional caprese salad.
Love this. Great dish for spring and summer.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for joining us as always.
Yeah,
now you can
so
check out many more recipes just like this one. All you have to do is go to our website. That's news on6.com/recipes.